Hello everyone, I'm Leonard Sparks from COSI. Welcome back. Time to take a look at another cool science principle. Today, let's spend a little time looking at something called solubility. For my older students, middle school and high school, that's a word you should be learning and discovering in chemistry class. But to simplify things for the younger students who may be watching, parents, we're going to talk about a solution and how easy is it for something to dissolve. And you probably know that not all liquids are the same and not all liquids mix. We can study that right away. So take a look at the setup I have here. And as I guide you through it, I will be asking some questions that I want you and your parents, if they're present, to think about. First of all, I have what appears to be water. It is water. And next to the water there in the middle is vegetable oil. And many of you probably know that they say oil and water don't mix. Well, I guess we need some visual proof of that. I will add the water to the vegetable oil to the water. Can you predict what's going to happen? Will the liquids mix? Will they stay together? Will one set on top of the other? And which one will that be? So who believes the vegetable oil will just rest on top? I'm waiting. Who thinks the vegetable oil will sink to the bottom? So it has to do with something about the density of the two liquids. Which liquid do you think is denser? It will be the one that stays on the bottom. Let's check it out. And to make sure that's not a trick, I have two things of water. Let's do the other one. Of course, water is not the only clear liquid. So if you were doing an experiment at home, you might want to try some other clear liquid in water. Vinegar and water, or vinegar and oil, two different liquids, and of course they do not have the same density. So there's our proof. And which liquid is denser? Of course, it is the water sitting on the bottom. Now, I want to take a quick look at something else, and you need to pay attention to see this. I'm going to add some food coloring to these containers. I have two layers of liquid. One is oil, one is water. Did you know that certain materials only dissolve in the presence of certain other materials? So if I were to drop this food coloring into the vegetable oil, you think it will dissolve and spread out, meaning the color will spread out through the oil? Will it come to rest? Well, let's do that quickly because I don't have much time and I do want you to see this. It looks like the food coloring is setting there on the oil, but take a closer look. If you'll notice, if you can get down there on that level, squat down, you'll notice it's slowly moved through the oil down to the surface of the water. I'm going to mix these colors. And if you watch carefully, something cool is going to happen. Any minute now. So, this food coloring does not dissolve in vegetable oil, but I wonder what might happen if it hits the water. Will it dissolve in the water? We're going to find out in a minute. Now, when you do this at home, make sure you're watching and paying attention, especially when the droplets move through the oil into the surface of the water. If they're dense enough, they're probably going to fall through the oil all the way, and hope we have enough video time for you to, oh, cool, check it out. Did you see that? Notice how it dispersed. Now, the food coloring is actually dissolving in the water. Oh, there goes another one over there. That's the red one. What does this mean about the dye? Could the red dye be denser than the blue dye or green dye? It broke through first. We're still waiting on the other colors to break through. Let's try some more. All right, we're about out of time. Solubility, dissolving liquids inside other liquids. Remember, not everything can dissolve into a solution in water. Oh, there goes the other color. Uh-oh, green is mixing with the red, and there goes the blue. That's cool when it happens. Look at those eddy currents. Everybody, don't forget that not all liquids are created the same. and to watch their behavior is cool.